Hey YouTube family and GN subs, Humberto, attorney at law here on the West Side, Los Angeles. How are you today? Got some good stuff, good news to unpack for you. But first I want to thank all of my subscribers. I want to thank you. We are reaching the 4 million mark. Hey, that's a big undertaking. So happy that that is happening, and it's due to you, my subscribers. Thank you so much. And we're going to continue to give you good news. You know what I do. I give you good news, folks. And hey, I got some great news for today. So let's get at it. You know, usually what I do, I bring you real-time cases, let you know what's happening. And I got an interesting one approved today, all right? It's an I-751. It's a waiver. So the client came to me, and the client did not have much evidence over the last 2 years that they were married. So it was like a weak case. I said, well, we better put together a waiver petition, right? We need to get affidavits, etc. So we determined at that point, because she was going to get a divorce, that she would file it alone. Didn't have much evidence, but we did file the application. We got the receipt, and back then, as you can see, this case was from 2016. All right, so back then, interviews were taking 2 years. Right now, it's still about a 2-year mark, but in any event, in 2 years, we had the interview. The officer was a tough officer. The officer was trying to find fraud, right? But we went through, and I told my client, on these cases, you must be patient. I said, it's not a good officer. You know, who knows what's going to happen? She may send it to investigation, but it doesn't matter. The time frame is so long after you were separated from your husband. It really doesn't matter, right? Sure enough, 3 years later, investigation, they came to her house. She was living at the same house that she was at when she was married. And the officer asked her 2 questions. Is your husband here? No, we're separated. We're divorced. Okay. And then the second question was, well, do you know where he lives? And she said, no, I don't know where he lives at this point. The officer leaves, and sure enough, just recently, the case approved. Patience. Why? Because when you file an I-751, your green card is automatically extended. So just be patient. Sometimes you can wear immigration out by being patient, okay? So that's a good example, case approved. So happy for my client. All right, another bit of good news. Where are the receipts for the I-751? Check this out. Today, I just got 10 different receipts from January of 2021 to present, okay? Look at the actual filing date and look at the notice date. It's crazy, right? What I've been doing for my clients is the early filings from January, February, March, April, May. What I've done is I had to get my canceled check from immigration because I didn't have the receipt, right? So I had to get the canceled check, and I had to have my client go down to immigration for an InfoPass appointment to get the passport stamped with the green card. Finally, I guess immigration caught up. Here's all the receipts, folks. So that's interesting. You should, if you filed an I-751, you haven't had the receipt yet. Looks like they're still printing them. So, you know, be patient, should be coming. If you don't have it, get your canceled check. That shows proof of filing. You'll be good that way. Also note on the receipt, right? 24 months they are extending your green card now, as opposed to a 1.5 years. Again, good stuff. We've talked about that before. All right, another bit of good news. This has to do with removal proceedings. Under the Trump administration, they stripped judges of certain discretionary ability in order to make decisions, etc. And what they did was they imposed artificial metrics. They had to get cases done with. So a lot of these cases, you know, individuals were removed without hearings, etc. The judges' hands were tied. They couldn't give extensions where needed, where clients needed to get evidence, etc. Well, the Biden administration, bye-bye, did away with all that. Immigration judges are happy now because they need time to make decisions. They have to apply facts to the law. It takes time. If you've sat in an asylum hearing in front of a judge, I mean, it's 2-3 hours, right? And so that's all afternoon. I mean, it's crazy that they would, you know, impose these restrictions with hundreds and thousands of cases on a judge's docket. So the good news is that they're trying to, you know, administratively close cases that could be done at USCIS. So that's good news if you're an individual that's in removal proceedings. Your attorney has options now. Alrighty, reconciliation bill, still alive, still moving. Senator Bob Menendez, You guys have heard about this Plan C, right? It's called Plan C because some of the other plans aren't going through, but who knows what's going to happen. This plan allows for deferred action and parole into the U.S. That means if you're here as a non-citizen, you cannot be deported, okay? If you're paroled, that's good news. Let's see what happens. They're still fighting. We're still fighting. Immigration attorneys are fighting. The American Immigration Lawyers Association still fighting for you folks. So don't lose hope. Let's keep fighting. All right, last bit of good news, November 8th, big day. If you're vaccinated, come on to the U.S., baby. You can come right on in. The borders are open back up, even for Mexico and Canada. That's great news, folks. Looks like we're back on track, getting to the end days of this COVID, and that's great news. Thank you so much for watching GrayLaw TV. Click below, like and subscribe. Please give me comments. 4 o'clock. Right? We release 4 o'clock once a week. All the videos, I'm there live. I'm chatting with you. So, hey, let me know what you're thinking about. I'd love to hear from you guys. You're my family, and hey, have a good night.